there is that conversation that WWD understands and sees as an a not a just an informative about what was happening as the growth of this city, New York, particularly in places like Chicago and the Great Migration. They dance around it. They're watching it all. There's the Great Migration, then there's the Harlem Renaissance, and you remember that with the Great Migration comes a huge labor force opportunity for all of American industry, fashion being one of those. I think that's the beauty of looking at a Women's Wear Daily's coverage, and that they were looking at the business sector, the everything, not just the fancy or the couture. What was America gonna be? I think that was the question they were excising about themselves. Like, how are we gonna empower this thing that's a garment industry, right? And then as you move through their document, I'm looking for understanding. Okay, so they're looking at Broadway. They're looking at that entertainment sector because they would have captured every Broadway show, black, white, or other, every collective. There were many collectives together. There's an Ethiopian collective that will happen in the early 20s, putting on Broadway shows. There's a woman named Ada Bricktop Smith who will be before Josephine. She will go to Paris, Josephine. And Blacks in the Harlem Renaissance, and you think about the timeline, and she was already in Paris. She was known. She was an ingenue. She was a singer. She was dressed by Schiaparelli. She had all the makings. But then Josephine Baker shows up. Josephine Baker, WWD does what I believe makes her profoundly more interesting to me.
Well, I mean,
Our
in what ways? In what ways?
Because from their point of reference, like I say, I believe they get a front row seat. They're taking notes on the talent and the thing. And Josephine is behind